My name is Andres Favela. I'm the director of the Educational Opportunity Program here at Cal State San Marcos. And I do have to tell you, one of the most exciting parts of our work for the whole EOP staff is when we come together for the first time in our it's University Hall or ACD, and we get to meet the students personally. So that's usually the highlight because the excitement is there from the students because they're on campus for the first time. It's the first time we're meeting students. So we really energized from that. So it is very different to do a virtual sort of session. It is our first one and it's our biggest one. So we're extra excited not only to welcome you today, but also to kind of manage technology. And really one of the things I never really envisioned is I'd be doing a welcome with my flip-flops and shorts in my living room. Who would have ever thought about that? So really things have been changing a lot and they will continue to change. And that's why it's important that we start to connect and we start this partnership to get you through the next few semesters. So welcome all from different community colleges. And really this is what today is about. It's about really to welcome you to the EOP family. And that's what's so exciting for us. The staff is going to hear from you for the first time. So definitely welcome to the EOP family. We have been in EOP assisting students to get into higher education, to navigate through the semesters that they're here, and really to make sure that they're ready and prepared when they graduate too. We've been doing that statewide for over 50 years. This year is the 50th anniversary. I know that all of you are the first to attain a degree in your family, college degree, and that really should speak volumes of the character and the values that you have that got you here today. So we really are happy to see you today. One thing that I want to maybe acknowledge is really we understand the perseverance and the hard work that you put in the last few years to get to this stage. And you should be proud of that. You've accomplished a whole lot. We still got a little bit more to go, but I definitely want to encourage you to keep going because this is sort of the backstretch. This is where we come in and are able to partner with you to make sure that you can make it through graduation and also that you prepare for a career too as well. And I do want to acknowledge we are living in difficult times. You know, we are in a pandemic. Things are more challenging than usual. And definitely the economic downturn does have an effect on all our students. It has an effect on staff too. But that is really why it's so essential that we begin to work together, especially in this virtual world, to make sure you stay on course, to make sure you start to become prepared, not only to transition to the university that's coming fall semester, but also take advantage of the following semesters to prepare yourself for what comes next after graduation. Really not only completing your college degree as a goal, but also your career and where you're headed with that too as well. So really just, I know things are tough, but this is where we kind of lean on each other. And that's what EOP does, is we provide the support to make sure that you keep going, that you don't give up, and we provide you the resources or information that you need so we can partner to make sure that we get you there to the graduation platform. And then we have a big EOP celebration, graduation celebration, okay? So really, I know that if we were in person, the energy would be there. So we're gonna try and mimic that virtually, but really the whole staff is usually really energized because the students, we can see the work that they put into it, we can see that they're excited to go, and we are too, okay? So really wholeheartedly, that is the EOP welcome, that we do look forward to working with you, getting to know who you are, what your goals are, and then working with it to make sure that you complete those goals too as well, okay? So welcome to not only Cal State San Marcos, but to EOP. I also do want to have a welcome from the staff so you know who these folks are going to be, and we're going to be very accessible even though we're virtual. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to staff to introduce themselves, and also one of our student assistants who also plays a critical role. These are the folks that are going to be helping you in the next few years in your journey. So definitely feel free to call on us. We're going to be calling on you anyway, just to make sure you're on track, but go ahead and reach out. And really it begins, if you haven't already begun reaching out to your counselors or to the EOP program, it really does start today. Let's start that relationship today and let's move forward together. So without any further ado, can I go ahead and have the staff introduce themselves and perhaps what they do for the program? Thank you and welcome again.
Hi everyone, my name is Barbara. I'm the EOP student assistant and I work at the front desk. Virtually right now, I'm assisting students in Microsoft Teams, so if you need any assistance, feel free to message me. And I also help staff as needed. I'm also a transfer student. I'm from Imperial Valley College. So I just want to suggest you to not be nervous and everything will be okay, and try your hard as best as you can, and time will fly. So yes, if you need any help, you can virtually connect with me through Teams.
Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Wendy Martinez and I'm the Administrative Support Assistant for EOP. I also oversee the front desk and our student assistants as well. And I help around the office. I'm also sometimes at the front desk. So I am the one that answers your phone calls right now since we're working remotely. I am the one that you're speaking to. And then I also run the front desk along with Barbara. So we are the ones that are answering your questions most of the time. So if you have any questions or have any concerns or anything, feel free to call the front desk and I'll be happy to help you with whatever it is that you need.
Good morning. My name is Damon Stevens. I'm the student support specialist, new to EOP. I've been here about a month. I'm here to support the staff and support you through your academic journey. And once again, I wanted to welcome you to Cal State San Marcos.
Good morning, students. My name is Francisco Checa, and I'm one of the EOP counselors here at EOP. I want to welcome you guys to Cal State San Marcos and EOP family. It's always a pleasure being here and talking to you guys. Just to let you know, I have an open door policy. In this case, it's open teams policy, but hopefully soon we go back to campus and we can shake hands again and say hi face to face among everybody. But for now, just for you to know, I know that I've already talked to some of you guys. Well, it's a open door policy. So welcome again. Once EOP, forever EOP. Welcome again.
Good morning, folks. My name is Michael Lewis. Have been on campus for a while in a number of positions and departments. I'm really happy about being the advisor for the EOP Association. You'll hear a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. But it really helps it's a voice for EOP students. And I think it can be a very powerful voice, especially with transfer students. I enjoy EOP for the simple fact it's a controlled environment for you to prepare yourself not only academically but socially in this changing world of ours. So my philosophy is I will be more than happy to assist you. Please understand, I will not do it for you, but I am there to assist you and to help you in any way, shape, or form I can. So welcome and look forward to working with each of you.
My name is Brenda Mata. I am the counselor for the I through N last name. So I will be working with you. I know I have been working with you if you're on my caseload, and you have also seen from me or heard from me because I'm also the admissions lead for EOP. Like Francisco said, I as well have open door policies when we were on campus. However, now that we're virtually, try to be available to students via Teams, a quick chat. It could be via Teams, via email. So we're just changing different platforms. So anything you might need, always email me or call me. My office phone is also connected to my computer. And once again, chat through Microsoft Teams is the one that platform we use most often here in the EOP office. Once again, welcome to EOP and to Cal State San Marcos.
Hi everybody, my name is Bianca Rodriguez. I am the counselor for O through R, so if your last name falls under that category, I will be your counselor. I am so excited to meet all of you. I see a lot of familiar names on the screen, so I'm really excited to reconnect with all of you. And for those of you who I haven't met yet, connect later today. I love EOP. I love the mission. I was an EOP student, so I know the resilience and determination and the barriers that you're overcoming to accomplish your college degree. So I'll be here every step of the way. If you need to connect with me, I'm always available on Teams. I look forward to seeing you all soon.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Lou Gonzalez. I am also one of the EOP counselors, and also my caseload is S through Z. I am also the transfer bridge lead. So I am the one that you've been getting all the emails from in regards to RSVP and submit this survey. So I appreciate your patience as we kind of navigate this whole new system, this whole virtual world. It has been quite a learning curve. So I appreciate your patience with everything. And I'm just excited to welcome you and get to know each and every one of you. I'm just excited to have you here. So I don't know what else to say, but we're going to go ahead and transition, I guess, into the next portion where we check in with you. So as you know, we did send you a video, a 28-minute video. The video really focuses on what do we do as a program, what kind of services do we provide for you, and then also with an emphasis on the student contract, what kind of a commitment are you taking to participate in EOP and those next steps requirements that Brenda will touch on in a little bit. So if you haven't already watched it, I do recommend that you go back and watch it. What we're gonna do now is that we'll transition into just kind of some of that Q&A in the RSVP. I did allow for you all to ask some questions on there in case you needed some more clarification. I'm thinking that maybe some of you, now that you have watched the video, may have had some clarity on some of these questions, but I'll bring them up anyways. All right, so I think a lot of the major common question that came through was, is EOP going to be supporting you with textbooks, vouchers, parking passes, and whatnot? I think this is one of the things that tends to come up a lot with our transfer students, because things are quite different, right, at the community college. The community college tends to have a lot more funding. So you will see that difference as you transition into our program. There's some basic differences between the community college and us. So at the community college, they tend to provide you with book vouchers and parking passes, meal passes, that type of thing. Here at Cal State San Marcos with EOP, we do not cover those items. We do have a grant for you as an incoming transfer student, and that will range anywhere from $400 to $500, depending on how many students are admitted. And that's something that you will see in your financial aid package in October. So I just wanted to emphasize that.
Can I jump in really quick on that, Marilu? You will only get your EOP grant in October. The rest of your grant will come in accordingly to the university. Only the EOP grant will come out sooner, hopefully sooner, but by October, it should already be posted in your account. So if you don't see it by that, and that's in the video, if you don't see it in October in your account or in your checking, if you have direct deposit, make sure you contact us for that.
Thank you, Brenda. The other question that we have is in regards to immunizations and whether or not these are still a requirement from the university. Last time I checked, yes, they are still requiring this from students. So we do encourage you to check in with Student Health and Counseling Services to go ahead and complete that requirement. A couple of you were still asking how many contacts you need to do with EOP. You have to do 2 contacts per semester. And that will be done virtually this semester. And then just depending on what our situation is next semester, we'll continue to update you, but you can do those virtually. Financial aid, wondering how do you expect your accept your financial aid package and when to do that. Typically, it automatically disperses 1 to 2 weeks prior to the semester beginning. There's nothing that you necessarily have to do to accept the grants. Those will be dispersed automatically and your tuition will be paid first. Whatever's left over, that will get sent to you, whether it's through a check or direct deposit if you signed up for that. I do encourage you to continue to reach out to your counselors. We are available throughout the entire summer, and we're very flexible. You know, if for some reason our schedule doesn't work for you, then connect with us, email us, you know, contact us, and we'll set something up one-on-one to hopefully help you out independently. The other main topic is getting registration assistance or confirming that the classes that you are taking are the correct ones, how to declare a minor, how will your degree planner update soon. All those questions are good for you to work with directly with an advisor. You can start off with us if you'd like. And in addition to that, you do have academic advising available to you with the university. So you want to really do both of those things. Check in, we can give you those basics and show you how to navigate the system. And then if things get a little bit too complicated or too specific, what we do is then we refer you out to the academic advisors as well to be able to provide you with additional details on those things.
I do have a few questions. One of them is there a way of knowing what textbooks we will need before classes begin?
Brenda and Bianca, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, because you all have that professor hat sometimes. I think it's something that they can click on in their student center as they enter. There is that book list option, and the students can click on there.
Actually, too, if you go to the bookstore, you can search your class by course and number and your instructor, and it'll tell you exactly what book you need for that specific class. Books were due by instructors, but just keep in mind, because like faculty are planning for virtual world, there's gonna be a lot of last minute planning. So if you don't see anything today, it doesn't mean that you don't necessarily need a book. It's just that your instructors are still finalizing their syllabi and what material they're gonna be requiring. So you should be seeing that hopefully by like mid-August, I would say.
Thank you, Bianca. The next one question is, I'm on the waiting list of one of my classes, wondering how do I know what number I am on the waiting list, or will I know if I'm going in or not? You can go ahead and see your number on the waiting list if you go to your student center under My Schedule, and then you're going to see the list of all the classes that you have dropped, enrolled, and waiting. Where it says waiting, you're going to see the number next to it. You're going to see the number that you're waitlisted on. And you can also see on with the triangle that is means that you are waitlisted in that class. Waitlisted does not mean that you're in or that you're not in. It's just that you're still on the waiting list waiting to go into the course, but it's not a guaranteed spot. Even if you're number one, it's not guaranteed that you're going to be getting in. They don't let you know automatically if you've been in or not, or if you move on spots. So it is the student's responsibility to check that periodically, just to know if you have been moving in or not. So if you're enrolled in 9 units plus that waiting list, don't count it as 12 units because you're not technically in that class. So if you need more information on this, make an appointment with your counselor and they can go ahead and help you with that. The next question, how do I contact my advisor? Francisco, do you want to go over that one?
Yeah, let's say it's the EOP advisor. So there's a ways you can make appointments with us. Our calendars should be out 2-3 weeks in advance. So you will see our calendar in the future for 3 weeks, and you can choose and pick the date that you would like, and just go ahead and make an appointment with us. You will only be able to make appointments with your assigned counselor. Okay, so keep that in mind.
Thank you, Francisco. There is another question. Every time I try to enroll in my classes, all of them are full. I would like to meet with an advisor, but it does not allow me to without being enrolled. Will classes be opening up, or what should I do about this situation?
So I would recommend that you all schedule, for anybody who's facing scheduling issues, not just if classes are full, if you just want to do a last check, a last glance, I would recommend using the appointment scheduler to reach out to your assigned counselor for that help and support. You should be able to make an appointment with us regardless if you're enrolled in classes or not. If you are struggling to use the appointment scheduler, I know I was up late with a few of you last night managing the appointment scheduler. Just the two things that I'm seeing as far as students having trouble moving forward in the appointment scheduler, just make sure in the term you're selecting summer 2020, because if you select fall 2020, it doesn't let you move forward. So just make sure you're choosing the summer 2020 term to make that appointment with us and to see our schedules. And if our schedule doesn't work with you, I know I'm super flexible. If you're on my caseload, you can just connect with me and say, hey, I need something at a different time. I work late hours, so I oftentimes am after 5, so you can reach out to me literally at any time.
Yeah, and just as a follow-up to that, again, Wendy and Barbara are available as well to help troubleshoot any issues you might be having. And so you can reach out to them, and also worst case scenario, emailing your counselor directly. So Brenda's just going to cover a few reminders on the contract, or reminders on those next steps on the contract.
So there's going to be an EOP contract. If you saw the video, there is a contract for students to sign in, and it's part of your admissions to EOP. So right now, everybody's conditionally admitted, as we are, you have to do this part of the programming, which EOP First Contact is a mandatory programming for all students to continue having or being in good standing with EOP. The contract will be sent to you via Adobe Sign-In. So everybody will go ahead and get this contract through their CSUSM email, and you're gonna go ahead and electronically sign your contract, and it's gonna be sent back to me directly. The contract is coming directly from me, from Brenda Mata, so make sure that you are on the lookout for that. If you have any questions or are having any technical difficulties, feel free to reach out directly to me. The contract, it is due by July 30th. So you have all this time to review it and turn it in back to me by July 30th. It's programmed for you to receive reminders every third day. So you will be getting these reminders. If you no longer wish to be part of our program, because if you feel that our services are something that you will not benefit from, please also let me know, and I will be more than happy to work with you on that end as well.
Thanks, Brenda. EOPA is going to go ahead and join us now. We have Lizbeth, I want to say, and Carlos.
We also have our treasurer, Jonetta, is also on board here also.
Welcome.
Good morning, EOP students. My name is Lizbeth. I am president of EOPA. I am a fourth-year student. My major is in human development. And the following, Carlos.
Hi guys, good morning. My name is Carlos. I am a fourth year going into my human development and counseling services degree here at San Marcos.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Janetta Benjamin. This will be my fourth year coming up. I am majoring in psychological science, but I'm also the EOPA treasurer as well.
And you're also a transfer student, correct?
Yes, I am a transfer student from Palomar College, where I also was a member of EOPS there as well. I am a RA assistant. I'm also a peer mentor as well at Cal State San Marcos, and I am also involved within the community and also engaging within our state as a National Guard member.
So let's begin. What EOPA is all about. EOPA is an organization that focuses on empowering undergraduate students at the college level. We are dedicated to exposure all of our members to academic, professional, and team building resources. What we advocate is for bi-monthly engagement to involve our students in professional development workshops. We're also encourage unity and create lasting bonds through EOP students' interest. And as we adapt through the changes of our colleges and state safety policies, we are creating a safe haven for our members to engage in fun activities and keep updated with the changes that are happening. And the association is run by EOP students, like us three. What we do is to create and provide activities that seek EOP students' interest. As a student's voice, we as a board seek to innovate ways to educate and empower EOP students about the university matters that impact student success, and we welcome you to be part of EOP community.
Awesome, awesome. Well, who can participate in EOPA? Usually undergraduates who are enrolled at CSUSM, and also students have to be part of EOP.
The benefits of participating in EOPA, we do give EOP contact credit, which means that if you attend one of our meetings, you can get one contact credit as in meeting your counselor. Also benefits, we do have activities. We're actually trying to figure out ways to make EOPA more interactive, more better via Zoom, which in the following we're going to explain some of our activities. Not to mention, it's also a great way to network with your peers. I know it's difficult to interact person to person, but it's still a way to network with each other.
So as we all know, there's a lot of changes that have been happening amongst our college and also our state as well. So we are pretty much going to discuss like the EOP activity calendar. We have came up with a lot of virtual team building and a lot of games for the students to interact with during the semester. As they are moving towards remote learning, that can turn into a lot of emotional distances, which can lead to isolation. And our main goal with our activity is to get the students engaged, not only like with ourselves, but also their peer members as well. So to kick off on September 17th, we do have a game called Name, Place, and Animals and Things. They will be naming a lot of animals, a lot of places, to try to find a way to be engaged, and they will break off in groups and they will come back as well. We have a game called, something called Grow a Plant. The students will pretty much be led by one of the executive board members and be showing them the proper steps of how to grow a plant, and also in a way giving them the encouragement that they're not alone, that they're not also the only person doing this as well. We have a lot of other games such as trivia game, bingo, hangman, Pictionary, and also close to midterms and finals, we will be making a homemade stress balls to assist the students with their finals and any stress that could pretty much come during that time. And for my personal game that I'm kind of excited to get ready for is bingo. I think during the bingo game, we are pretty much going to test the students about their knowledge on EOP and EOPS and a lot of the things that are happening around campus.
One of the games I'm actually looking forward to is a trivia game. Even though you guys are transfer students, I think it's a few questions to help you get to know Cal State San Marcos and the EOPA is pretty fun to learn new things. Also, the making a stress ball with actually home materials is actually pretty easy. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. I hope that you guys are also looking forward to that as well.
Hey, Elizabeth, thank you. Carlos, Jonetta, thank you. This is Michael again, the advisor for EOPA. To the transfer students, you're very fortunate to have the officers that you have this year. I am really looking forward to working with Elizabeth, Carlos. They are veterans of EOPA. The best thing about them, they are doers. Okay, and that's what's great. They get in and they get their hands dirty. I'm excited about Jonetta also because we have a transfer student that you heard her introduction. This lady is very busy, but yet she has time for students. So, and she's also she's sound in working with students and with everything that she's well-rounded. So your officers are very, very strong for EOPA this year. However, you see we have a president, a vice president, and a treasurer. We have many other board that need to be fulfilled, and we would love to have the voice of transfer students beyond Jonetta to be a part of our association. So our president, our vice president, our treasurer, during our meetings, I will let them give about themselves. They will be running the meetings. I will be sitting back on the sidelines. But if you are interested in being a part of our association, please contact me and I'll pass on any information to our officers that need to be in an effort to strengthen our EOPA association. So with that, to our president, vice president, treasurer, is there anything else that you would like to add to this? We will be sending out invitations we meet every other Thursday throughout the semester. So you'll receive, and you'll receive a Zoom link prior to our meeting to join. And this is again for all our students. So to our officers, did I leave anything out?
I just want to add, if you guys want to follow us on Instagram, it's at CSUSM_EOPA. And there what we provide is events, and we also provide other informations around the campus that are provided to us.
Yes, I'd like to say that if any of you guys have any questions as far as like transferring, I mean, I know this is a different time and we're not physically on campus, but if you guys have any questions about how to get yourself out there and how to become, like I said, a more well-rounded student, you're more than welcome to ask myself or any of the other board members, because we are there to assist you guys and becoming, to assist you in your academic success in your college, in your professional environment as well.
I also want the students to know that your EOPA executive board, we have been meeting during the summer to plan the fall semester. So, and understand your executive board, all of these people, they are, they're students like you, they have jobs like you during the summer, and yet they're finding time to meet to try to have a really good experience for EOP students this upcoming semester, especially in this trying time. So just know that you have an active board here that has been meeting during the summer to try to plan and make this next fall very, very pleasurable for you. So that's what I mean by we have a board of doers. So if you have anything you want to be a part, please let us know.
Just one thing, this is Andres, the director. I do want to encourage, given that we're really in a virtual setting, it's really going to be tough for students to really connect with each other in the coming semester or semesters. So really, EOPA is a wonderful opportunity to kind of get connected with not only the EOP program, but also with the university, because we collaborate with our activities too. So really, for the new incoming EOP students, this is a great opportunity to kind of build and engage one of those participation threads, so you become part of the fabric of the community here at the university. So I just want to, give you the pitch to take us up on that opportunity, because it's going to be difficult to really stay connected with the university in a community fashion way. Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks again for that information on EOPA. At this point, what we're going to do is that we're going to transition into learning a little bit about social mobility. We have Dr. Gilmore here joining us, and I'm going to hand it on over to Andres to go ahead and transition us.
Actually, I'm just going to start it over or turn it over to Dr. Gilmore here, because really the only thing I can add at the beginning, at the end, I'll talk a little bit about Transfer Bridge. But really, I'm happy to see all the students here, because really it's a transformational process that you're undertaking by pursuing higher education, and you've completed half of that journey at a community college. Now you're here. But really, we want to talk about, in the big picture, what this really means in a collective effort, and that's where social mobility comes in. It's all the energy and the drive that you have that is really sort of transforming your place in society and for yourself. And we feel really honored to have Dr. Gilmore come in and talk a little bit on the concept of social mobility. So think about how that relates to you as you hear that information. And then at the very end, I'll chime in and just sort of give you a little bit of information on the Transfer Bridge and how that pertains to you and to social mobility. So Dr. Gilmore, if you're there, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, then you are on. This is Dr.
Okay.
Gilmore, our boss right here, so our fearless leader, so we definitely want to turn it over to Dr. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. Yes, and so as was previously stated, my name is Jeff Gilmore. I'm the Associate Vice President for Student Academic Support Services And the first thing that I do want to say is welcome to CSUSM. And we are sincerely proud, very proud to have you join us here on this campus and in this program, the Educational Opportunity Program. And so welcome to you. And the first thing that I wanted to say in regards to social mobility is this: is that when it comes down to it, we know that the first thing that we think about when it comes to college is that this is going to give us the opportunity to get a good job and make some good money, and that's something that a lot of us tend to focus on. But the thing that I want to encourage you with here is to really think about the impact that you want to have on this world, because when it comes down to it, that's going to be your power. That's going to be your space to really make a difference in the lives of people in your communities, in the lives of people in this state, and in the lives of people in this entire society, in this nation, and beyond that, in the world, and so this is something where when you think about the opportunities that you have here with this education, that's what you want to leverage this education, leverage this education for, and that is, to have an impact on this world. And this is where, I really want you to think, like I said, I really want you to think about that. And in doing so, you have many opportunities to do that through our Career Center. And that's one of the departments that also exists under Student Academic Support Services. And so you have direct access to the Career Center. And that's going to be free of charge to you to access our career counselors to help you to determine what it is that you want to do, and to determine what kind of opportunities are available for you to really get some experience and position yourself along the way to get into that career path that you want to pursue to make that impact on the world. And as you do so, one of the things that I do also want to encourage you to do is to understand what exactly this education is about, and when it comes down to it, it's really what many would consider to be a simple concept, but is one that is really much more than that, and this is where the thing that I want to say here is that, this is going to be your opportunity to learn. And when it comes down to it, the thing to understand here is that there is nothing that you cannot do, and many of us tend to believe that there are certain subjects that we may not be good at because we struggle in those, in those subjects. But but the thing to remember is that when it comes to learning is supposed to be a struggle. Learning is supposed to be a struggle because you're learning what you don't already know. And when it comes to that, when you go into things that you don't already know, that's going to, that is going to be a struggle. So engage the struggle, embrace the struggle, and make it, and make it happen. And also understand that there are many resources to help you along the way. For instance, if math is something that you do have a tendency to, to struggle with, we have a math lab that provides free tutoring for you to help you to learn the math that you are being presented with in the classroom. And so engage with that resource. We have a writing center. We have a STEM center to help you with the sciences. We have a wide array of supplemental instruction to help you in all kinds of subjects. And so engage in those subjects. And the thing is that when you do learn when you do learn things that you don't already know at this point, then what that's going to do is that's going to give you new abilities. That's going to give you abilities that you did not have before you walked into that classroom. And so as you go into the classroom, in every classroom that you go into, whether that be virtual or whether that be in person, go in there with a purpose, to seek out the knowledge that you need to learn the things that you need to learn, to do the things that you want to do. And as you do that, then that's where you will attain those new abilities, and you will be able to go on into and do the things that you need to do. So so again, welcome to CSUSM, welcome to EOP, and welcome to this new stage in your life where you have the opportunity to make a difference far beyond anything that that you may have ever imagined. So thank you for this time, and I look forward to seeing you here in the future. All right.
Thank you, Dr. Gilmore. Much appreciate the words of wisdom, and also what the preview of what's coming up. And certainly the welcome to the students. It's wonderful to have your support. I'm going to piggyback a little bit off what Dr. Gilmore said, because you are coming to the institution. This is a new phase. You're entering a whole new chapter in your academic journey. Typically, in most places, and the students would transfer in, such as yourselves, and you only have really about 4 or 5 semesters to really complete your objective to attain a degree. And typically, once you transition in, you really kind of have to sort it out to know what the resources are, to think about what comes next. And by the time you do that, you kind of find yourself graduating by the time you kind of say, where am I going? How am I preparing? So EOP has taken more of a proactive step in really, and this is Mighty Lou's work right here, and that's the development of a transfer bridge program. So it's really all the things that you're learning in the first 2 years. It'd be wonderful to have those cues even before you step onto your first day of your fall semester. And that's what Transfer Bridge is about, and how it's linked to social mobility and how it's linked to our programming, is that we want to put in place some really solid programming that starts that preparation process for you to exit. In other words, I'm welcoming you to not only EOP and the university, and the next thing is that I'm going to say is, what's your exit plan? Okay, is it a career? Is it a graduation, grad school, whatever it may be? But let's start working on that now. Let's start working on that early, and that's what Transfer Bridge is about. And this is where we really are going to get to more the nuts and bolts of how we do this. But the objectives of Transfer Bridge are really to fundamentally take a look at where you're at, do some programming early on, raise some questions about, okay, so what are you going to do with your career as a career once you finish your degree? What are those steps that you need to take to get you there so you become prepared? We all know you can succeed academically with the coursework that you've completed. You can do classes, you can get the grades. But what about these other things about preparing for a career? What does that mean? All of you are really candidates and should be thinking about graduate school. What comes after my bachelor's degree? What comes, is it a master's? Is it a PhD, EDD? What other options do you have after graduation, okay? And what are those steps to be ready so by the time you go to the graduation platform, not only are we celebrating that you completed that degree, but you have something in place. You have a plan in place. It's employment, it's a graduate school, whatever it may be. And that's what Transfer Bridge is really designed to do. And that really starts today. And this is part of the programming that Marilu will be going over in a few minutes. But the objectives of Transfer Bridge are really to get you ready. If you're doing employment, you're going to go to work. What's your interviewing skills? What's your timelines? How's your resume doing? How do you do a job search? Let's find that out now early. And let's start engaging in that programming early so students are really prepared. And about graduate school, as first-generation students, typically not a lot of folks plant that idea like, you know, have you ever thought about graduate school? We want to do that today. Have you thought about graduate school? Why and why not? Okay. And how do you get there? What are those steps so you're ready to go once you graduate, that the next step is graduate school too as well. So again, that's another objective too as well. The other part is also getting you acclimated to the university. This is all new. And part of Transfer Bridge is to bring in, you know, student panels or faculty panels, whatever it may be, but it's also to prepare you on what expectations in the coursework that's going to occur once you're in this fall semester, okay? And then part of that preparation is knowing your resources too as well. Know where to go. If all these things we can really get in front of the students to get those in front of you, that information, then you don't have to wait to discover all this information in year 1 or year 2. You're doing all that at the beginning. So we hope that with these objectives, the benefit of that is that you're going to be a prepared student. You have a place to go. You have a plan of what comes next after you graduate. And that's what Transfer Bridge is designed to do. And Marilu, this is the 5th year I think we've had it. So it really is, you know, all those things that you should know and need to know, let's put those at the front and let's design a program for that. That in itself is EOP Transfer Bridge. Get out there early, let's get prepared, and let's do that together. So with that, I think I covered really the objective sort of a transfer bridge. Now we can go maybe more into the specifics, like how are we going to do that? What does that look like? And I think that's where I might turn it over to Marilu. Is this where I cue you in, I believe?
Yes, thank you, Andres. So I'm just going to say what he said. He said everything I was going to say. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right, so thanks, Andres. So yeah, I mean, just to kind of touch on what Andres was talking about, you know, our main objectives for Transfer Bridge are really 3 components. It's, you know, providing transfer students with that transitional support. You know, I've mentioned, and I mentioned it within the breakout, I myself as a transfer student, I identify with some of those transitional challenges. We know that it is a new phase for a lot of you or for all of you, and we all cope and or adapt differently. So we really want to focus in on that transitional support, whether that mean I provided a survey for all of you, and while we're still kind of building on this program, you know, that was one of the main areas that, you know, students did talk about, is understanding what the expectations were for you as students, as far as academically speaking, the coursework expectations, right? And then understanding this new online learning environment. So those are some of the areas that were really kind of emphasized within the survey. So I really want to I'm continuing to build on it. We're bringing back material from previous years in terms of a student panel where you'll get to hear firsthand from students that are transfer students as well, that have experienced it already, and they could hopefully provide you with some of those tips of what they have done, all the do's and don'ts, I guess you could say, but firsthand from your peers, and because they're the ones that are living it day to day and can provide you a little bit more insight in that area. We also have a faculty panel that we have lined up, again, as an opportunity for you as students to check in with faculty and ask them yourselves, you know, what are the expectations? What should I be doing? You know, how do I, maybe some students would like to know how to approach a faculty member and or build those relationships, right? So just different, it's going to be an open space really for you to engage in those conversations. We do encourage you to participate in them. Transfer Bridge really, it used to be a one-day experience where you would come and you would do all of these things all at once. We are now living a virtual world right now, so we are kind of modifying things a little bit this year. So the way that it's going to look is that we're going to be having at least 5 sessions. So what's going to happen is from August 17th to the 21st, we are going to have our Transfer Bridge programming for this summer. So we've broken down Transfer Bridge into really a year-long process. So the kickoff is kind of this summer, really honing in, really focusing on more of a little bit heavier on that transitional support. So I hear you. I've heard, you know, and I've read the survey responses about the concerns that you're having in terms of online learning, managing multiple responsibilities, understanding the coursework. So we really want to kind of begin the program with a lot of that transitional support. And so that's what you'll really see this summer. And in addition to that, you'll have a sprinkle of graduate school information as well as Career Center mapping out your roadmap, but really with the focus on what can you begin to do, what is grad school, what are those beginning stages. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed like, I gotta have it all figured out now. If you're one of those students that does not have it figured out yet, you don't know what you want to do next, that's okay. That's part of this process. And even if you are a student that, you know, has a more of an idea, I encourage you to still be a part of this process, because you never know what you could gain from it. If you take away just one thing to help you kind of begin those planning stages, you know, why not? So again, it's going to be summer with that focus, and then in the fall and the spring semester, we'll continue to provide you with content, workshops. We're still working all those details out, but it really goes back to that survey as well as just previous experience in terms of what students have requested, what transfer students want to hear from us. So you'll see that coming up in the fall and the spring semester. So again, going back to the summer, the dates, I have mentioned them before, but I will emphasize them again. August 17th through the 21st is what you want to mark down on your calendar. And there will be both synchronous and asynchronous, so, you know, live and recorded sessions between the hours of 10:30 and 12 p.m. If you cannot be there because of work or, you know, other responsibilities, I completely understand, but I do encourage you to, you know, attend the live versions if at all possible, because it is a different experience, and hopefully it allows you for you to ask questions, you know, right away and just really engage in that content. I think that pretty much sums it up without going too much into details. Again, we're excited to bring this content to you. I want you to know that we're committed to bringing more content to you in the summer as well as in the fall and the spring semesters. And I open it up to you emailing me if there's something that you feel that you would like to learn about. Bring it to my attention. I would love to connect with you and discuss that, and, you know, potentially provide that for students in the following semesters. We're going to go ahead and transition into how do you access this, right? So Bianca.
Okay, so to host our transfer bridge this summer, we will be using Cougar Courses. If any of you have used a Blackboard before or any Moodle platform where your instructors are running online courses, this is pretty much the same thing. So in the fall semester, when you are taking classes online, either synchronously or asynchronously in the fall semester, your instructors more than likely will be using this platform. So the benefit of doing Transfer Bridge is that you are getting used to the online learning system, because we're literally hosting all of our programming through the same methods that your instructors are using. So when Marilu was talking about those discussion boards, joining Zoom links, live sessions, everything is literally hosted through Cougar Courses. You can access it on the CSUSM homepage through Campus Apps, and you just click on Campus Apps and it'll take you to Cougar Courses. You can also select My CSUSM, so that's kind of like, I would recommend bookmarking our homepage just so you can always go back to all of those campus apps. However, you can also just access it by typing in a search engine. And if you want to do that now, feel free and go ahead. And you can just type in cc.csusm.edu, and that's where you'll have access to all of your classes for your instructors who do use Cougar Courses for the fall semester. For this summer, you'll see on your dashboard that you'll have a course that's titled EOP Transfer Bridge 2020. If you went on there and you got scared because it wasn't there, it's because it's not on there yet. As Marilu said, we are still building this course. So you should be able to see it on your dashboard as visible to you by July 31st. So you'll submit your contract on the 30th, and then we'll give you access to the course, okay? And you'll log in using your CSUSM credentials. So just the username before you're at Cougars, and then the password that you use to get into your student center, okay? So this is just the landing page of what it'll look like when you go into Cougar Courses. So it'll be broken off by topic. So there'll be it's broken off by date. So for any, Marilu was talking about live sessions, we'll mark it off by date as far as like Monday, August 17th, Tuesday, August 18th. So that way you can just easily, if you wanted to join in on a specific day and topic, you can just select it on that date and it'll take you to the Zoom link. So I'll kind of show you. So for example, in my screenshot, I selected Monday, August 17th is graduate school for me because that's something I'm really interested in. We'll have the time for you, we'll have the Zoom link for you. So all you need to worry about on your end is just clicking that link. So it's super easy and accessible for anyone to join. You don't have to worry about having a meeting link like we sent you today. You can just easily click on it because Cougar Courses will recognize that you're logged in. So it'll take you directly to a meeting room that looks just like what we're in today. No other steps that you have to do. So I know Marilu might send emails or whatnot as far as like when the dates are coming and when the times are coming, but you just simply would go to Cougar Courses, select on this link, okay? There are going to also be some phone and instructions posted. So for those of you who are having internet issues that day, but you really wanted to join in, we will make sure that we have those instructions on how to phone in. And if you can't make it to that session, but you were really interested, we will be recording every live session and also posting it here. So I have it by date, and then you have the Zoom link, and then you have the recording, which will also be available for you to play later with closed captioning and a transcript for anyone else who learns better by just reading rather than the visuals or the listening. Okay. There are going to be a couple of asynchronous sessions, as Marilu mentioned. They will be annotated in Cougar Courses by just giving you the topic and then in parentheses video. So that's how you know that it's a pre-recorded video, and all that you have to do is click play. Okay, and a few topics that you are going to be seeing some pre-recorded videos are on self-authorship, online learning, because it's a new world. We did see your survey results. We heard you. We know this is a big concern for many of you. So we are going to be providing you some tips on how to prepare for the online world. Time management, because especially with being online, managing your lives, that's a really essential skill when you're in your first semester of college. So that's something that we'll also be creating a video for all of you, as well as a quick overview on how to access Microsoft Teams for those of you who have not quite accessed it just yet.
Thank you, Bianca. Very helpful. And again, I just want to emphasize we're here if you know, I don't expect you to learn that all right now. I know it might feel a little bit overwhelming. I will, as Bianca mentioned, send you all communications with how to access the links, and I will make myself available as well to help out with that. And I'm sure all the counselors are also available in terms of helping you access that. One of the questions that came through is Transfer Bridge mandatory? It's not mandatory. The summer programming is not mandatory. It typically is, but based on the circumstances, it's not mandatory for you to attend the live session. However, I do highly encourage you to attend, you know, to participate, whether that mean attending the live sessions or just engaging in the recorded videos and the discussion forums that will become available to you as well. So at this moment, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to open it up for some questions. And then Brenda, could you check the chat to see if any questions are coming through?
EOP counselors, the only CSUSM counselors that you recommend EOP students see. Can you answer that one, Bianca, please?
What was the question?
EOP counselors, the only CSUSM counselors that you recommend EOP students see.
Oh no, I think as you're beginning your CSUSM journey, and my breakout room heard me say this, your first semester at CSUSM is a time for you to build your network, right? Your personal board of mentors who are using as support systems. So it's you're going to use people for different reasons, right? You're going to use us for everything general. Think of us as like your one-stop hub. Like you can just start with us with any questions and we'll direct you on where to go. So think of us as like your doctors in terms of like, we'll give you general advice, but then direct you on where you need to go. I also recommend meeting with your academic advisor. They really are great with providing you specific guidance on your major. Your faculty advisors, those are often people who are underutilized in terms of giving you that guidance in terms of career advice, grad school advice, everything under the umbrella in terms of what you can do long term with your career. So your faculty advisors, student health and counseling services are great. There's a lot of one-on-one and group sessions that you can go through student health and counseling services, which is a service that your fees pay for. So there is a whole wealth. If I'm missing anyone, please anyone jump in on that.
Did you get the Career Center as well?
Career Center, yeah.
Those will really play a key role in the next couple of years. So.
Just to add a little bit on that, it's like I said in our when we did the breakdown. So I always say this: just imagine a student that you're gonna make a plan for the future, and you are building up a team that you're gonna lead. Okay, so then you're gonna have, and that team you're gonna have all kinds of different advisors that is gonna help you reach to the goal that you have post grad. So, and again, like Bianca said, Career Center, academic advising, internship, all kinds of advisors, and obviously EOP, you know, so, and you're going to be the leader of this team, okay? So you're going to have to ask the questions and to get answers from all of us, okay, towards your future.
Thank you for that input, Francisco. So there was another question regarding textbook and the EOP grant. Will you get reimbursed for payment of those textbooks? So once again, we do not provide vouchers for textbooks. I know community college did. At EOP, we do not provide the vouchers for textbooks. The grant will be sent directly to you, and you can spend that as you wish. You know, if you use your credit card or if you borrow money to pay for your textbooks up front, and then later on you're gonna reimburse them with the money that comes through. I mean, you are free to do whatever you wish with that money that comes through. The EOP, once again, the EOP grant is the only one that might be coming late, sometime in October. We're trying to get it to you as soon as possible, but it will definitely not be part of the whole package when they disperse that week before school starts. So your general grants that you have right now on your financial aid award package, that's to be dispersed sometime the week of August 24th. So that is going to be dispersed to you later on. You will go ahead and see the EOP grant as part of that award. If you have direct deposit, you're going to see Christmas early on in October, late September, or if you prefer checks, then that will coming in through mail. So if you need assistance with the direct deposit, definitely feel free to reach out to your assigned counselor, and we will guide you to that process. It's fairly simple. You just need your account number and your routing number ready to just plug it in. So once again, the EOP grant, it's the only one that most likely will come in late. The rest of the grant, if all is set, you should be getting it the week of August 24th. Okay, so would being a student worker be an option right now, or is Handshake only posting jobs from outside campus?
I'm thinking this may have been one of the ones that I answered within the group.
I can answer that. Handshake actually does post on-campus employment opportunities. So it does on-campus and off-campus.
Thank you, Dr. Gilmore. Does that answer your question, Luz?
Yeah.
If you need further assistance, reach out to us on a one-on-one and we can definitely go over more with you, or reach out to the Career Center as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
As part of the survey, some of the main concerns that were brought up there were accessibility to Wi-Fi, laptops, as well as housing insecurities and food insecurities. So I just wanted to take a quick moment, as well as, you know, mental health issues, challenges. I wanted just to kind of plug in a few things and or really emphasize that I'm going to be sending this information out to you, and or your counselors are going to be reaching out to you directly if you did mention these things within your survey. But the one thing first and foremost that you do want to get yourself, if Brenda, you can put it in the chat, the CIO at CSUSM email, you want to get yourselves on that list. If it is something that you're struggling with, Wi-Fi or laptop accessibility, you want to get yourself on that list so that you're ready to go for the fall semester. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is if you are experiencing any housing insecurities, there are some programs on campus that can assist you with that. So please, I encourage you to reach out to your counselor to connect and discuss those services a little bit more in detail. Counseling services is also available to you. So you get free sessions, or really it's already been paid for with tuition, right? So you want to make sure that you do take advantage of those services that are available to you. From what I understand, and maybe Andres or Dr. Gilmore, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, they have both virtual as well as in-person services for the fall semester.
No, that is correct. That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today and for taking the time out of your day to join us in this platform. We really appreciate you being here. We will see you at Transfer Bridge, and we hope to see you engaging there. And thank you again to all of our presenters, Dr. Gilmore, to Andres, to the staff. Thank you for all of your support. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to continue to work with all of you in the spring semester. I'm sorry, in the fall semester. I'm skipping fall. So thank you. Bye-bye.